Welcome to the Erin and Christa show. I'm Erin. And I'm Christa. Erin's not here today because I am going to talk to you about strobing. The new contour. Strobing's been around for a while in makeup artistry as far as me being a makeup artist and having clients and such. I've done this technique quite a bit and I'm really excited that it's come to the forefront though, because contouring is kind of complicated, especially the cream contour with the nose and the this and the that, and you look like a crazy, then you blend it all out, and if you don't know how to blend right and what is the shape of my face and what kind of products do I use, and do I put my foundation on first, do I put foundation on at all, blah. The whole concept of this gentle thing is, it's like contouring light. You're gonna use lighter makeups, you're gonna use things that are shimmery and beautiful and ethereal skin is what you want. You want to put makeup that is a highlighter on what is called the high planes of your face. The high planes of your face are this: cheekbones, jawbone, nose, forehead, cupid's bow, brow bone. By putting a highlighter on these places, it therefore makes anything around it look darker. And when things look dark, they look shut in and closed off and smaller. So if I make this area right here look nice and lifted and ethereal and bright, it will make this area look like it's going inwards and give me what? A nice contour, high cheekbone. But because it's summertime, all of that heavy contour will crack. You want to have something that will last you. So this is what we're going to do. It's called strobing. So let us begin. The first thing you need to do when it comes to strobing is to make sure your skin is prepped and beautiful. Right now, all I have on is mascara and eyebrows. First thing we're going to do is going to use a moisturizer, a hydrating moisturizer. Today, I am using Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream Intense Hydration because I have drier skin. Drier skin, more hydration. Oily skin, you're going to want to use a lighter moisturizer that is considered a gel moisturizer. Just a moisturizer on my face. So just a gentle on your neck. Don't forget your neck. People always forget their neck. Down into your décolleté. Give it a moment. Give it a moment to do its job before you slather something else on top of this. Okay, so what first I'm going to do is I'm going to put a highlighting primer on, the L'Oreal Magic Lumi. So I typically just put this on and then mix my makeup into it, but because we're going to do some strobing, I'm going to kind of put it all over my face today. Blend this in with a stippling brush because I don't want to have this like baked into my skin. I want this to be part of the rest of the makeup. So the highlighter is going to help anchor on my makeup, and still with this, using the Lumi highlighter, it's going to kind of make this ethereal look from underneath. A lot of people with this look are just putting the highlighter on top of the skin, no foundation, calling it a day. I don't have that luxury. I need coverage. So I'm going to be using the L'Oreal True Match Lumi. It's a healthy luminous makeup. And it has a sunscreen in it. It's good for you. Again, I'm going to be lighter handed today than I normally would be. So first thing I'm going to do is put a little dab on. Dab will do ya. Lightly dabbing it over my face. And then I'm going to blend this in with a stipple brush because I don't want this to be heavy. I already have a really pretty kind of a glow going on because you can see from using that highlighter, it already kind of, or that Lumi primer, it already kind of has given me this really pretty glow, which is what you want, right? All right, now we're really gonna put some highlighters on. First things first is under the eye. This is the Magic Lumi highlighter. This I like to use under my eye. A little crinkle, do ya? And onto my cheekbone, like a so. And to blend this in, I'm actually going to be using a fan brush to kind of blend this in underneath. I'm gonna push on the eye. Now this is a mini fan brush. It's very small and dainty and beautiful. But I really like the way the bristles are on this palette. I got it in a Birchbox. This is Laura Mercier one. It's a little guy. It's going to cause a reflection under the eye as well, which will cover up those dark circles. So we're really just getting this highlighter to sit under my eye blend it out so no creasing, and then I'm kind of using it up into my cheekbone too to give that effect. Now, if you have oily skin, you're going to want to be light-handed with your highlighters. Also, make sure that your highlighter that you're using matches your skin tone. I'm fair to light, so I can use the lighter colors. Now, if you're darker complected and you use something too light, it's going to give the appearance of looking almost ashy, okay? So you want to not look tinny or gray, so you want to use something that's more your tone. So if you're darker complected or a woman of color, maybe look into something like the Sunbeam by Benefit that's got more of a goldy tone to it. So now that that's in and where I want it to be, you can kind of go back through with your fingertips. There we go. Now, my highlighter that I love, my Benefit High Beam, this bad lad, I love her so much. So again, cheekbones, jawbone. I like to do it on my jawbone because it cuts this. Forehead, nose, Cupid's bow, brow bone. Now, I typically wouldn't put this all over at once, but for you guys to see where I'm going to place it, I'm going to do it all at once. Now, how I'm going to blend this in is with the stippling brush. This guy. And again, I'm going to blend it, but I'm going to press it into the skin. The reason I want to press this into the skin is because I already have on a foundation. If I were to buff this or wipe it, like push, I would practically just take off the foundation I have on. Because a cream on a cream will wipe it right off, right? So we're going to blend this in by stippling it. You want to watch your brush work and not let it go down so you're putting it all over. This is great for summertime because you're not walking around with 30 pounds of makeup on your face that's going to all come off later and make you look nuts. And it's really not hard to do, and it saves on time. Contouring can be really time consuming. This guy is not. So you can already see how I'm starting to look very just ethereal and pretty. Now I'm going to use a different kind of brush around my brow bone because I don't want to take off my eyebrows. So I'm just going to use, this is a highlighting or a concealer brush by Morphe. And I'm just going to pat that underneath my brow bone. I do have a brow tutorial, we'll link it below if you're wondering how I did that. Okay, now, I do want to put some blush on to give myself some color. And when you're doing this, to avoid looking like a disco ball, use a blush that is matte. I'm going to be using the Milani powder blush in Tea Rose. I'm also going to still use a bit of a bronzer to give myself a little bit more depth. My favorite, which is Physicians Formula bronzer multicolored powder palette. It looks like this. I think everything other than the Benefit I've used so far has been drugstore makeup. So, alright, so again, what did I say? You only want to use something that has no shine to it, because then you're going to look like a crazy person. So we're going to, again, use a Milani powder blush in Tea Rose. I'm going to apply that with my blush contour brush by Mirabella. Smile, dabble, do you? And blend that out. Alright, so you can already see by putting a little bit of blush on, it's giving me a little bit more color in my face. And I like to smile, so I find my apple. Okay, so now I'm going to use my bronzer. Again, a mattifying bronzer. Not mattifying, but matte. And this I'm going to lightly put just kind of right there. Just a little. There you go. Dabble do your. Just to give me a little bit of a hello. Hello. Okay, and now with this look, if you are feeling too shiny, if you feel like, maybe I shouldn't have done it that much, you can always go back with something and put a little bit of powder on it and it goes away. Like, I feel like my nose might be a little wet, so I'm gonna go back with a fan brush and a little bit of a powder. I'm using a Laura Mercier setting powder, and I'm just gonna take that up and down my nose. And it kind of cuts out a little bit, see that? And maybe under my eye area. I love this look, but sometimes I don't want to feel too. There we go. So you can see now I have this really pretty light highlights, very beautiful. It didn't take that long, right? Because I'm not like slathering and buffing and priming. Now for the eye area, what I'm going to use is this is just a long wearing, it's kind of like a cream shadow by Mirabella. It looks like this. And I'm just going to press this on my lid to give myself a little bit of color. And this is really, again, cream shadows are really popular right now. Super popular right now. So I'm just going to give myself a little something. And then one last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Vasanti Cosmetics out of Toronto. It's called, it's a rose gold eyeliner. And I'm just going to put this in the corner of my eye, the corner of this eye. And the last thing I'm going to do to get my face a little bit more shape is the eye kohl and phone number. It's just a dark gray, almost black liner. To finish this look, we are going to use one of the newer lipsticks by L'Oreal Paris of their nude and their red line. This is the Doutzen Kroos lipstick, her nude. It's called Doutzen's Nude. It's just a really pretty light pink nude color. I love this color. Shimmery, highlighty color, which is what we're going for today. The smell of this makeup, of this lipstick, will always remind me of my mother. Alright, so that is that. That is a very pretty, easy highlighting look. Super fast, super easy. Strobing is something that is gonna save time, it's gonna save makeup, it's gonna save frustration. Great for summer. Just remember, when you're using something that is too light, it's gonna make you look a little bit gray or ashy if you're a woman of color. So just be careful with the color families that you buy your highlighters in. There's one for everybody. And if you're oily, you might wanna kind of tone it down to just maybe the cheekbone, brow bone, Cupid's bow. But again, it is just a really soft, pretty look. I love it. This is what I do on my days when I have to just run around and do some errands. Okay, I'm done. I may have just had a dance party by myself. Russian disco body.